Welcome to the Super Late Model Qualifier Series here at In the Zone Racing. It is night number 3 here at Lanier Speedway. About 16 or 17 cars signed into this server. I heard that this other server is just a little bit bigger. We had some guys kind of server poaching a little bit, but we were there, jumping back and forth, just wanting to be in the group that they want to be in. Watching some cars go around. Carter Green in the 38X. You can see the car's getting a little bit loose heading into the corner. This car is loose for a few laps. But a lot of compliments coming from the guys tonight as this setup is going to hopefully work its way in. But guys, definitely you can see AJ Rogers in the 17 car going around in his qualifying effort as we are watching qualifying. Back and forth we go. Dylan Bates in the 91. So we're going to check some times. So far in qualifying, the best car on the racetrack, Brendan R. Lee with a 13.422. Watching Tyler Price go around in the 18 car. Tyler usually a really fast driver in this series, but you can tell he is babying this race. This another 18 car on the racetrack. That's Donald Clark. That is a 09 house driver. You can see the program on his hood. 09 race shop on the back end. But he is around and sitting on the front straightaway. It is a tough car to drive. Tom Dreiling out there. Pulled off the racetrack. Brendan Lee still sitting in the top spot. AJ Rogers looked like he had spun out on his second lap. See if Donald Clark, we might be able to get a lap here from Donald. Donald not able to put time together. Cade Green also not able to put time together so far. He is out on the racetrack just trying to get a time in the 19 car. If he puts it on the wall, Cade Green, he looks like he's going green right now. Down the backstretch, the 19 car trying to get a time before time runs out. Still has about 30 seconds, so if he gets a clean lap here, that'll be a time for the 19 car. Actually, Cade might be out there just practicing here in qualifying. I believe the 19 is just out there getting a little bit of a long run by himself. So AJ Rogers is going to sit second. Brendan Lee is going to sit first. 13.422 to 13.427. Dylan Bates with a 13.433. Time is up on the racetrack. We're going to go directly into a B main, and I believe this is going to be an interesting one. As Cade Green, Lucas Hanley, Jonathan Sanford, Ian McComber. Cade Green going to be the only guy in this race. So he, unfortunately, the other three have left, and I did explain this in the driver's meeting. If you poach servers and you jump back and forth, it thinks you're still in the server, so it's going to make them run. Is Cade Green going to get a 15-lap, 15-lap practice session for he and he alone? So Cade Green in the 19 car, going to be on the track by himself for 15 laps. Cade, one of our perennial competitors here at the Late Model Shootout Series. He is actually, I believe, last season ran both the Challenger Series and the Late Model Shootout Series. That iRacing, that brand new pace car. We don't know what it is. There's people trying to figure that out. I think they just kind of came up with their own car design. Cade Green going to be on the pedal as he's going to go for a straightaway, get his 15-lap practice session. Just doesn't want to spin out. I mean, if you imagine spinning out on your own, that would be a little bit embarrassing for Mr. Green. But definitely wants to push that car. He's got work to do in the main as he's going to start last. And while we're doing that, check out some camera angles here, Lanier. We got some nice ones here. Oh, it sounds like Green's getting loose. There he is in the 19, just spins it out. They did some cool stuff. Some cool stuff on iRacing where they actually changed up the camera angles and whatnot, so you can kind of go with a TV mixed, a TV static where we're all sitting on the wall. Then they got this new one. I haven't seen this one before. This is like the, what do you want to call it? Like a drone cam from the infield. You can watch cars go around, and it just stays in one spot the entire time. Kind of made me nauseous. I didn't want to stay on it for very long, but it is interesting. Something different. Really cool spectator cam as if you were sitting in the stands. I like that. That's one of the ways I like to actually watch racing on iRacing, especially the short tracks, not the big tracks that cars get too far away. But on the short tracks, it's pretty fun to watch this. And they got the spotter cam, which is kind of the same cam, but we're standing on top of the box, or the top of the tower, or the very top of the grandstands. That's pretty neat, though. I like that. CC Cade's got the car underneath him real nice here as he's working just about the middle of the race, lap 8. They got all kinds. Now we got 4 TV options. There used to be 2, but at Lanier you actually have 4. So here's another one. This is a very similar. Looks like to the spectator, spectator camera. They call it TV3. It's a cool one. TV2 feels authentic. You are watching the B main, the lone car in the B main, the single car test session of Cade Green, number 19. He was the only man that didn't put, well, actually one of 2 guys that didn't put in a qualifying session, and because of the servers bouncing around, we don't have any other cars on the racetrack with him. Should have been 4 guys in this one, but those 3 other guys went to race in the other server, so we're going to have to make that a rule next week. Once you join a server, that is your server. Please try to. Woo! Cade getting into the wall himself. Looks like he's definitely got control of this number 19 car. So letting everybody know, check it out. I spun out early. Now I've got her. In line there to 3 and 4, just a little bit higher. And on his last lap, Cade Green going to come down the backstretch and win the single man. I mean, he won and lost, I get at the same time. Checker flag for the 19 car. So we will head to your starting lineup in the A main. I believe the server was set up to invert 4. Oh, actually, we won't get there just yet. We're going to watch some practice. See if we can see some race cars on the racetrack. And have TJ Wood here in the 64 car with the newcomers in the zone racing. We talked about Carter Greer in the 38X. Brendan Arlee, your quick time tonight in the 10. Jeremy Brooks, we've seen the 53 car here every single week. But he was a competitor. Oh, hang on a second. What's up?
I'm out spun out. Oh, sorry, Bill.
Oh, I thought they were talking to you. Guess not. Jeremy Brooks is a competitor every week. Or, I'm sorry, has been a competitor every week in this series, but we saw him for the first time in the Icebreaker 200 back in January. Jeremy had a pretty decent run in that race. Ryan, the 9 Hooters car back out once again. Had a nice race last week. He led a bunch of laps, won some laps, and then rallied, fell back for a while, but rallied back to 5th. Kyle Case in the 61 car. It's the first time I've seen Kyle this season in the 61. Watching this guy go around. He's not even on the racetrack right now, but he was struggling in practice. That car was loose in the 3. Ian Adams, he definitely likes to hammer down in that 3 car. Kyle Martin says, oh, that was interesting. Looks like there was a car there. Kyle Casey stopped on the racetrack. Dylan Bates in the 91, TVEnterprise.com, one of the longtime sponsors here at Zone Racing. That is it for practice. We're going to line these bad boys up and go racing for 100 laps here at Lanier. So it looks like Kyle Martinson's going to start inside pole in the 07. He's actually 77 in your program. 07 on the racetrack. ITZR on the hood of that car. One of the 09 house drivers on his outside. The 91 of Dylan Bates, also a 09 house driver. TVEnterprise.com on the hood of that car. AJ Rogers in the 17, also a 09 house driver. He's got the program down there on the bottom left. Brendan R. Lee, your quick time in the 10 car. Going to start 4th. He's inside and starting 5th and 18 of Tyler Price, number 20 in your program. Not sure why that is, but on the outside of him, the Ryan Dunkelberger. Ian Adams in the 3 car going to start 7th with TJ Wood to his outside in the 64. And the inside of road number 5, it's the number 9 of Colby Bryant to his outside, the 51 of Tom Driley. Inside of row number 6, the 14 Scott Rathwell, and we talked about him, Kyle Casey, the 61, going to start outside of 12th position. Carter Greer in the 38 and Jeremy Brooks make up the next row. We talked about both of those guys in practice. Donald Clark, the 18 car, back there in the 15th spot. Dylan Lee and the Pink Lady out there, number 2, and Cade Green, your B main winner. Green flag racing about to happen. Kyle Martinson on the pedal. Dylan Bates able to get into the corner. Single file. Brendan Lee's going to slot right in 3rd as he was starting 4th. Was able to make it past AJ Rogers in the 3rd spot. AJ Rogers slides back in 5th, and side by side Dunkelberger, the 2 18s. We got 3 18s in this race. Dunkelberger going to get a shot possibly from Ian Adams as we've got Dylan Bates around. We are yellow. We're going to figure out what happened here to Bates as he went around in the like the 4th corner there. I did hear some possible contact between someone and him. I think Brendan R. Lee was the car that was right behind him, so we'll have to check to see what happened there. Let's see if we can get back, figure out what went on. Bates just loses it getting into turn 3. Had gotten underneath Brendan R. Lee. I didn't mean to call him out. I knew he was the car right behind him. It didn't look like anything happened there. So Dylan Bates, your man that was at fault. Let's see if we can get going here with the UI. Oh. So Bates going to go to the back of the field. Was the car at fault? So he gets the EOL here. Tough break for the 91 car.
Hey, welcome to the back, spot. Dylan. Where the other Dylan is. Whoop, whoop.
We still got... We are back. Green flag racing. Martinson going to be going.
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
Dunkelberger side by side. TJ Wood side by side with Ian Adams. They're going to stay side by side. Battle for the 6th position. Wood trying to get around the 3 car. It looks like he's being held up a little bit by Dunkelberger, but now he's by the 3 car. Now Wood going to look inside on Dunkelberger. Good racing here, this group of 4. Colby Bryant involved in that 9 car, that Peters car right there. Wood on the inside of Dunkelberger's going to try to make that pass. He made the pass on Ian Adams. Now he's trying to, and Ian Adams sideways going into turn 3. That's not going to work out well for the number 3 driver. He's now being passed by Tom Dryling. Scott Rathrow is able to slide through. Dunkelberger going to get a shot from... We are yellow. Oh, we're wrecking in the back here as Cade Green and Dylan Lee make contact. Oh, we're just going to jump back very quickly here without the replay graphic and just see what happened. Looked like Dunkelberger just shoved her in there. I don't think Rathwell could have been any lower. Just going to take a look from the far chase here. Let's see. Dunkelberger looking to try to slot in. And netcode. Oh, you hate to see it. Clearly. Just real tight racing. Rathwell right there on the yellow line. You can see his left front tires right on the yellow line. We can get over here to Rathwell. Yeah, he can't. Unless he wants to run on the apron. I don't think he wants to go down there, but definitely a netcode issue. Nothing you can do about that one. That was netcode there, guys. But super tight racing here.
You're telling me we can land on Mars, but we can't fix netcode.
Correct. Super tight racing.
I'm more mad that I pay $13 a month for this, and it still has netcode.
You really think we landed on Mars?
They put rovers on Mars.
That's driver chat you're hearing, everyone.
I'm kidding.
Make that available to you here in the qualifier series. These guys, it is an enjoyable group of guys. There's a bunch of good guys in this series. So. Martinson back on the pedal. Lee with a bad jump on the outside. Managed to spun the tires just a little bit in the 10 cars. We have some contact heading into 1-3 wide. That's not going to work. That never works. It's working. I don't know if it's going to continue to work. And they shake it out. Tom Dreiling all the way up the hill. Jeremy Brooks going to look inside. Woo, Kyle Cate's going to get into the back of the 53. We have a little more contact. Not a whole lot of room here at Lanier. Boy, tight racing. These guys are tight. Carter Green at 38. I hear more cars making contact, but we don't know what's going on here. So you can see 3 wide once again. And Dreiling, the guy on the top once again. And oh, Ian Adams is around. That's going to collect. Bates, Dreiling.
You can't just drive across somebody's nose like that, man.
Let's see what happened to Ian Adams. We were looking right at him. As he goes down into 1. I don't see where Donald Clark had much. I mean, he comes back from a half a car length and just goes back and hits the 3 in the left rear. Let's take a look. Just make sure that. I mean, he's not even in that picture right there. That's we're gonna do the floaty drone cam thing. We have a saying here. I mean, Donald. I like to give people the benefit of the doubt there, but I want to get into Donald's car and just see what he can see here. Don't have a ton of time. That just looks like he gets in there too hard. Oh. You are watching from the in-car. Donald probably not going to be real happy. You heard him come over the chat and say, can't just drive across somebody's nose there, but I just kind of felt like he...
Guess we just get the whole racetrack, I guess.
I mean, he's not... I knew he wouldn't be happy, but I just
That's
felt
cool,
like...
man. I mean, I got clear, and then you dumped me in the next corner, but okay.
He looked to me like he got hit in the rear, so... That
You have to in this league. It's ridiculous.
So we are going to go green flag racing once again. Kyle Martinson in the 07 going to lead the field to the green flag. He's going to get on the pedal. Brendan Lee going to try to stay there. Tyler Price now the car that's working his way up in third. He's going to be underneath Brendan Lee. We've seen these guys come together before. Hopefully that doesn't happen in this race, but he's going to be side by side for second. Brendan Lee in the preferred inside line. I'm sorry, Tyler Price in the preferred inside line is going to clear the 10 car coming off the turn. You can just hear beating and banging. That looked like teammates.
This is awful, man.
Teammates back there. Dylan Lee.
I agree.
Like Dunkelberger's sideways. Let's see what happens to him.
I'm okay with that one, because I was about to get freight trained.
He does a great job saving it. But then Dylan Lee on the outside. Looks like there was a bit of a checkup here. Kyle Case has checked up a little bit off the corner. Dunkelberger checked up. Ian Adams didn't. That was just a stack up there, guys. You guys can decide to give each other room or not. I mean, that's what's happening now. It's too tight, and you're just running into each other. So it's up to you. I can send people to the back all day, but if you're gonna run into each other, it's not gonna help much. So giving them a little talk, little pep talk here, try to get the
Yeah, I
green flag to
apologize for
stay
that
out
one,
for a
Ryan.
little
I
bit
just
longer
did
than
not
2
have time
laps.
to even get to the brake pedal. I was right there with you, and as soon as you checked, I just couldn't get off fast enough. That's on me, man.
No, it's all good. It's just everybody's fighting for position, and we got to chill for the first 5 laps. It's not your fault. It's just it happens. It's racing.
I don't think anyone's realized we still have 70 laps left.
So Martinson, Tyler Price, Brendan Lee, AJ Rogers is up there now. TJ Wood in the 64, Colby Bryant. But Tyler Price stuck on the outside. You want to get to second, but that becomes a problem when now you're on the outside, not from the preferred area. Tyler Price with a nice jump on the outside. The best start we've seen from somebody outside. He's going to be side by side with the leader. Brendan Lee coming off of turn 2. Price cuts it down, keeps it tight. Gotta be careful in these cars. We've seen plenty of guys go around. He's got room behind Brendan Lee. AJ Rogers gonna shove her in there. Oh, good move by Tyler Price. He gets down. They're gonna be side by side for 4th. TJ Wood just making his way forward in that 64 car. He is side by side with AJ Rogers for 4th. So here, Ford contact happening. We have cars around in the back. I saw Kyle Case was around. We are yellow once again. See what happened here as we get down in the corner and we don't get a pause. It looks to me as I'm not sure what's happening there. It looks like Kyle Case a little bit cocked sideways, but let's try to get a better angle on it.
Hey, Bill, how many are running in this race?
I believe 17.
That's a small field. I was saying cut the field down, but that's already really small.
Can we try single file restarts?
I don't think it's really going to make a difference. Because, like, from what I've seen, the racing out front, or at least from 9th up, seems good. Whatever's happening behind that, get caution.
Well, I'm not trying to fix what's up front now.
If there's a 3 caution rule in this league,
It's 2. So here we go. Trying to get some of this stuff out of the way so you guys can actually see what's happening. We'll head back towards the front here. Everybody going to be side by side heading down into the corner. TJ Wood on the outside now. AJ Rogers trying to flip that script as he was on the outside in the last run. AJ Rogers in the 17 car going to try to make his way past the 64. Got back here, you got some cars racing. Jeremy Brooks and Tom Riley side by side as we hear more contact in the back. See if it was Dunkelberger ended up the hill there. Don't know what happened to him. See Dylan Bates, that pink lady's way worse for wear. Now as we got another car around and it's TJ Wood. We just watched it. Let's figure out what happened in the 64. We knew he was on the outside. He's just gonna get hit. It looked like Rathwell was inside there. I don't know what happened to the 14 or if he slid up or what happened here. Let's see if we can get a look at that. It's not giving me the camera setting. That's cool. All right. So Rathwell down onto the apron, slides up and gets into the 64 car. So that looked clearly like Rathwell. He gets down, he just gets on the apron, the car doesn't turn. You can see he slides up about almost a full lane and just gets into the 64. Let's make sure there's not a tremendous amount of net code here. No, he's all the way up there. So that'll be EOL to the 14. He will go to the back. So it is a round robin of race cars at this point. As all these drivers spending time.
You don't know how badly I wanted them to take gridding before you gave them the up.
Whoa.
Battling up front, AJ Ryder's not stuck on the outside. We have big wrecking in the back. I don't know what happened. I think looks like Dylan Lee, the pink lady, might have blown up on the back straightaway. His car is off the pace. The 2 car, all the damage on the front of that car is when he got stacked up and got put head on into the wall. He's done for the evening. AJ Ryder's going to battle for Kobe Bryant. Those guys tight off the corner, and that's going to put AJ Ryder's in the outside wall. Kobe, everybody's going to crash.
Ow, I managed to get motor damage from that.
Let's check out to see what happened here.
Alright.
As this has been quite the event. These guys, absolute. So we are in the corner. And it's just tight racing. Just a mess. Kobe Bryant and AJ Ryder's made contact. I don't know if either of those guys are. I mean, it's. I don't think AJ Ryder's is down very low. I just feel like they don't give each other a whole lot of room. Boy, oh boy. So that one. Pretty much the offending cars for the most part are at the back. You guys can choose to give each other room or not. That's what's happening here. So that was as close as you can get to a racing deal. 2 cars just side by side just didn't give each other enough room and hit and crashed a lot of the field. So we are just over halfway in this one. This one should have gone by pretty quickly, but I don't know if we've got more than 3 laps green the entire night. Again, these guys racing to get into the late model shootout series. This is a qualifier series, trying to see who the best drivers in the series are. And we mean drivers, not necessarily how the fastest drivers are. We want the best drivers. So we want guys that can get around this racetrack and actually not cause incidents. And the list gets shorter tonight. It's interesting. We're having a lot of dust ups here. Martin back on the pedal. Brendan Lee on the outside. Your quick qualifier. He's going to try to slide into second and is able to. The battle for third is Tyler Price and AJ Rogers going to battle for that spot. Rogers was just battling with Colby Bryant. Colby Bryant ended up in that wreck. Here comes Jeremy Brooks in the 53 car. I haven't talked much about him. He was battling with Dreiling earlier. Right behind him, another car that we haven't talked about. Carter Greer in the 38 as he gets sideways. Ian Adams into Kate Green. Kate Green able to save it. Now Ian Adams going to look underneath the 38 car. Ian driving hard in the 3. Ian struggled last week. He had the car rolling for a minute in Bristol, and the car just got loose on him. Wasn't able to save it. I think ended up getting 2 yellows and parked for the evening, but he is flying around the Lanier racetrack. And Carter Greer just going to get into the rear of him. You watched it happen. I don't know what happened there.
That one's 100% on me.
I mean, it does look like the 3 car, but I'm so confused. He just gets into the back bumper of the 3 car. Carter really low. Just didn't get enough onto the binders and sends the 3 around. We were just talking about, unfortunate for the driver of the 38. We were just talking about how we hadn't been seeing him all night. Here he was coming forward in that 38X. Just gets into the corner a little too hot, gets in the back of the 3. Ian Adams goes around. Those guys will be in the back with each other now. So we got some cars in the pits. Kyle Case in the pits getting damage fixed. Colby Bryant in the 9 car, he's getting damage fixed. You see what happens to these cars when they don't get fixed. You saw Dylan Lee was driving around that 2 car. Car wasn't slow. Still doing pretty good in the Pink Lady, but wasn't getting the cooling to the radiator, and it blew up. So he is parked for the night. He'll come home in dead last. Tough night for him too. So we have not had what you would consider a clean race this evening. Clean race. I think that's even exaggerating that we have not had a clean race. We haven't had. This is a wreck fest. It's yes. And we have puppies in the booth. She agrees. So Brendan Lee going to line up as he did get the lead. We didn't even see what happened there for the lead. There was so much going on. But Brendan Lee now going to be your leader. Kyle Martinson going to be running second in the 07. He's been leading the entire race. Flag. Side by side racing for third. Actually, it's for second as Tyler Price once again sticking his nose in. He's been there all night long. He's made his way up to the top 5 and in there. And look who's there in the 91. Wrecked early in the race. Spun himself out actually get into turn 3. He's got a little damage on the front of that 91 car. He's been able to make his way back to the field. Going to look underneath his teammate in the 07. Kyle Martinson and Dylan Bates going to be going side by side. Jeremy Brooks there in the 53. Kate Green, your B-main winner, all the way up to 6th position. Jeremy Brooks gets into Kyle Martinson. And that's going to cause mayhem up 4. And we are yellow once again. We were kind of watching that happen. There's good racing going on between this group of cars, but it just looks like Jeremy Brooks got in too hot, missed the corner, and gets into the 07 car. And definitely what happened there. You can see the 53 way off the bottom. He needed to be on the bottom, didn't get on the binders enough, and gets into the 07. It is a parade to the back tonight, guys. It is a parade to the back. So who's going to be the guy that goes to the back this time? Jeremy Brooks having a great run. made one mistake. One mistake goes to the back. But also, you can see who's in front of him right there. Kyle Martinson also, I guess, would be the non-beneficiary of that mistake, as well, as he's going to end up in the back where he had been running up front and leading most of this race. Brendan Lee takes that away from him, and then Kyle Martinson caught on the outside, falls back just a little bit, and gets collected by a guy that made one mistake. Here they are in the back, so tough night for both of those guys. But Dylan Bates has shown you can work your way forward. However, there's only 30 laps remaining in this race to do it. Dylan Bates took 70 to get back here to third. But Donald Clark in the 18 car, that car has seen better days. Definitely seen better days. Looks like a piece of used toilet paper at this point, but it's running pretty fast. A lot of damage on that car. AJ Rogers going to be running 5th in the 17. Scott Rathwell making his way back. He picked up an EOL earlier in the race, but now he's made his way back to the 6th spot. Cade Green, we talked about him just a minute, starting 7th on this restart. He's going to be there in the 19th and 7th. Ian Adams, and he just went back to the back because he got spun out. He's back up in 8th. Burgers in 9th in the 18 car. TJ Wood, we saw him get spun out earlier in the race. He's back up to 10. So we're about to go green flag racing once again. Lee going to lead him back to the green flag. Tyler Price going to try to get down. He cannot do it. Dylan Bates going to be underneath him for that 2nd position. Price with a good run down the backstretch. Bates underneath the wheat here. More wrecking happening in the back, and we are yellow once again. I cannot even believe. I feel like TJ Wood had something happen to him.
I understand why we're getting cautions now.
That one. What happened there? There's a whole lot of stuff happening there. We'll try to figure out what we got going on. So you can see Kyle Case is sideways. We got the drone cam flying around. It just looks like Cade Green gets sideways heading into turn 3. What happens to him here? He was good. Just checks up and crosses lanes, kinda. But that car's like it's in a 4-wheel drift, but coming down the racetrack. And he gets spun out, kicks it back around. Now, does he lose a tremendous amount of time? Yeah, he just loses it getting in the corner. He's sideways. Has an odd wreck. He got sideways in front of the car in front of him. The car in front of him had nowhere to go, really. Just kind of ends up in the left rear. I think it's just the sideways action of Cade Green getting that one. Now, has Cade had one before?
Single, Tyler?
I don't think so. Sure.
Sorry, I downshifted there, Tyler.
So Cade gets loose into turn 3. That causes the car in front of or behind him. Basically, he just crossed lanes right in front of the car, just sideways heading. It looks like he checked up trying not to hit Rathwell. Cade gets loose. The car behind him gets into his left rear. So we are single file restarting this restart. I think these guys have been making it to the 2nd lap. I don't think we've seen a single file restart, but we got to watch this one. We are going to go green flag racing. Brendan Lee going to take him to the green flag. Scott Rathwell gets sideways. Looks like he spun the tires. Dunkelberger ended up to his outside. That's not where Dunkelberger wants to be, because now he's going to interfere from the 3 car Ian Adams. Ian Adams now going to be side by side with Dunkelberger. That's for the 7th spot. So Dunkelberger, unfortunately, ooh, and he's into the wall. Got a little damage to the 18 car for that. Able to slot in front of Kyle Case. Kyle Case doing a nice job in the 61 car tonight. Kyle Martinson going to look underneath him for that position. That's going to be for the 9th position. Is Martinson going to try to take that away from the 61 in Case. Tight racing once again. Those guys really tight on Dunkelberger. Kyle Case is going to get in the 07 and dump him. He was looking to find a way
I mean,
in.
really, dude?
He was looking to find a way
I
in
never
the
got
hole.
any X's on my screen, but I apologize about that.
He was letting... And it just looks like he
What'd you
couldn't
say?
see...
I never got a single X on my screen from tapping you. It looked like I tapped you. It never showed anything. So it's all next.
That one clearly... Kyle Case, we just said I can't call anybody out anymore. It's clear. I just said, looks like he's doing a great job tonight. And then that happens. So apologize for the UI, everyone. We do better normally on our Late Model Shootout Series broadcasts. I have a producer that Eric Myers and Jeff By Jr. both with me as well. But this is a one-man show, so I have to do the admitting and the announcing, faux announcing. So Brendan Lee gonna take the field back to green. Still lights on the pace car. That weird-looking hybrid, odd mobile. Yeah, I can't decide what that is. It's like a BMW or it's an Aston Martin. I don't know. It's a sedan. It's the iRacing official pace car. That's what it is. Look at that. So Brendan Lee gonna bring the field. Look at that field. They're all still running around except for the Pink Lady. The Pink Lady's the only one that blew that engine. So Brendan Lee on the green gets the green. Tyler Price gonna look underneath Dylan Bates once again for that second spot. As they play do-si-do. We've got another yellow. We did not even get to the start-finish line. And let's see, Kobe Bryant. Nope. Let's see.
Having fun yet, Bill?
Am I having fun? They're joking. Like I said, good guys. These are a group of good guys. Let's see what we got going on here. I see Rathwell around. And Rathwell spins it on his own. Oh, that's too bad. That sucks. I don't like to see that. Because I think that's 2 for Scott. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, that's 2. Alright, Scott, that's it, bud. Oh, we still have the Lanier crash the pace car through the, crash the pace car.
Lucky dog on the outside.
Through, I don't know if you guys saw that on the broadcast, but the pace car here at Lanier crashes through the backstretch pit wall to get on the racetrack. This track I think has been around for 10 years, and they've never fixed that. I would imagine they find it comical at this point, but for some reason the pace car just decides it wants to drive through the wall. It's very odd. What's up, Dynadan? Thanks for the rock on. We're trying to finish a league race here. We broadcast all of our league races, well, all of our super late model league races, usually on Facebook. But this season we might be doing a double broadcast. Maybe do some Restream IO where we can get them on everything, Twitch, YouTube. Just go to whatever you want. But like I said, normally there's more guys there's another guy in the booth with me, and I have a producer, so you don't have to see anything. It just looks like a broadcast. But this being one of the worst races we've ever had in our entire existence. Welcome. Yeah, it is unbelievable they haven't fixed that yet. All right, Brendan Lee once again, your quick qualifier made his way all the way back to the front. We are single file. Dylan Bates going to follow into the green flag. Looks like AJ Rogers up the hill a little bit in the 5th position. He's going to have Ian Adams to his inside. We'll get back to that battle for us. Ian Adams not able to make the move, but I did see a car kind of sideways, maybe broken on the backstretch. It looks like everybody's good so far. Tom Triley in the 51. Carter Greer rallies back from his EOL just a little while ago in that 38 car. Oh, I keep doing it. I keep calling it out, and then something bad happens. Carter Greer up the wall in the front straightaway. Gonna going to slide back in the 38 car. Is he going to be able to get in line? He does, right in front of TJ Wood in the 64. TJ Wood had a really great race going on earlier, but he's back up to 10th in the 64, all over the back bumper of Carter Greers. They're going to run the apron through 1 and 2. Kyle Martinson, your early race leader, going to look underneath the 64 of Wood. Wood going to get in the back of Greer. That's going to hold him up a little bit. Martinson going to try to make it 2 for 1 as he's looking to the inside of Greer. Not going to make it happen. So he's going to be side by side still with Wood. This might be the line. I don't want to jinx it. We are at one lap to go, coming to the white flag. There it is in the air. Dylan Bates to the inside of Brendan Lee for the win on the last lap. Can he make it happen? Dylan Bates on the inside down the back straightaway. Gets into the 10 car just a little bit, hitting into 3. Brendan Lee is going to be around. He spins it. Oh, but then Dylan Bates going to win this race as they win into turn 3. We'll definitely have to take a look at that one. I think Brendan Lee was defending for all he was worth. Right now, unofficially, Dylan Bates will be your winner. What a race to the finish. Oh, what's up, Sweat? Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's take a look at that replay. See what happened there coming to the flag. It was hard to tell what was going on. Oh boy, we've changed so here we are. Contact has been made. I lost my voice, I think, in that deal. Let's take a look at Bates as we get, Bates up in the left rear. Tight racing here going down in the corner, and it looks like just tight racing. And maybe even a tiny bit of net. That looks like contact. Let's see. Well, here's what I'm looking at. So we can all make this decision together. 11 people on here. Bates getting up. Apex in the corner. He's up. That's as high as he gets. Watch the 10 car. Now you can see the line as we start moving slow. Let's see if we can go slowly here. Nope, it won't go slowly. Actually, we can go slowly. Watch it. Nope, that didn't work. Nah, well. It's not really going to... What I'm looking at here is that 10 car starts to shade the wall. He starts to come down. Where's the entry?
AJ, you gave me plenty of room, 1 and 2. Then you're all on top of me, 3 and 4. I was on the yellow.
Right to the bottom. I think that's just tight racing. I think the 10 car is trying to block, give it all he possibly can. And they just come together. I think that's just tight racing. Yeah. Nah, I don't think that's really the bamper. I just feel like that's tight racing. The 10 car shades off the wall. He's trying to hold Dylan back, but I get it. And then just around he goes. I mean, Dylan ends up on the apron. He does get, bumped down there. You can see the front end kick over, but it looks like Dylan was just entering normal. Yeah, I think that's just tight racing there for the win on the last lap. Boy, oh boy, that's pretty good. That was pretty good. Terrible race. Let's see how Dylan makes the move.
What lap are you talking about?
So here he comes to 3 and 4. Wow, just gets off the corner and turns it down. That's a nice job. Look at that. Look, he's on the apron trying to stay off the 10 car. And that's just
I got stuck
right
together at 3 and 4 too. Feel like we touched.
Heartbreak for
you were down a little bit.
He goes around.
Couldn't get off, but we turned.
We'll call it.
Holding my car.
Dylan Bates going to be your winner tonight. Hard racing for the win. Just tight racing. We had that all night long and had a tremendous amount of cautions. Oh boy. Well, that wasn't what we want to see every night, guys, but we'll do it again next week. I don't even know what track we're at next week. I do know we got Homestead in 2 weeks, but we'll see. That was a good setup by 09. I think the racing could have been fantastic. It was towards the end there, so it's up to these guys to kind of clean it up. But if you weren't here and you want to be racing in this place... I feel like we just got
hooked up for some weird reason there. But I apologize. I didn't think I'd come down. But
But terrible night of racing. Sorry that
Yeah, you
the stream was
good
that
in 1-2,
50,
and
50 minutes of sitting under caution.
didn't know you were so
But,
close.
we'll see you next week.